Hi, my name's Imogen. I've volunteered or worked for the Society in a few different roles since 2014. I joined the animal department in 2017 and over that time I've looked after a variety of small and large mammals, from tamarins all the way up to fur seals. I've always wanted to work with wildlife in one way or another, from childhood really. So working at Bristol Zoological Society as a keeper means that I can work hands-on with threatened species whilst also contributing to the conservation work the charity does, both in and ex situ. Alongside my current duties as a gorilla keeper, for the past 3 years now, I've been supporting our partner Centrop based in the Philippines. The Philippines are home to many unique species that can't be found anywhere else in the world, and a lot of these are highly threatened. Centrop is a captive breeding centre that's working hard to establish healthy, genetically diverse populations of 3 of these key species: the Visayan warty pig, the Philippine spotted deer, and the Negros bleeding heart dove. The Visayan warty pig is particularly close to my heart. I cared for our family group at BZG for several years and absolutely fell in love with them, from their charisma to their intelligence. I work closely with Centrop managers and keepers, offering husbandry advice where needed to ensure high levels of welfare for the animals in their care. We do this through enclosure refurbs, dietary improvements, enrichment programs, and also behavioural monitoring. So at the moment we're working on digitising Centrop's historic records and also their daily data collection, so the information can be viewed by zoologists all over the world. The data coming from Centrop could inform best practice guidelines for these species, and also researchers can actually use them whilst conducting studies on wild populations. Further along the line, we'd really like to work in partnership with other breeding centres in the Philippines to swap animals to increase the genetic diversity of these populations and make them more robust. The overall aim of Centrop is to release some of their animals back into their native habitat, although sadly that isn't viable yet due to really very active threats to their survival, such as poaching and habitat degradation. So ultimately, I hope that we can collectively halt the destruction of these vital ecosystems around the world and also find a more sustainable way to live as a species. It would be incredible if we could get to a point where we can protect the habitat alongside local communities, to the point where we can help bolster wild populations by releasing zoo-bred animals back into their native ranges. Obviously in many areas that's a long way off, but it's exactly why we care for our insurance populations of these endangered species.